Hello, today I'm going to talk to you about data tables. I'm going to give you a very simple example of how to use them using the 10 times table, which some of you may remember from the past. So a data table is a way of taking a formula of some sort and supplying it with many different variables and producing a table of the results. So for our 10 times table, what we're going to do is we're going to take two numbers. First number, 1. Second number, 1. And we're going to write a formula to multiply those two numbers together. So in that cell there underneath, doesn't have to be underneath, I'm going to write equals B2 and then multiplied by B3. And Excel and I agree that that comes to 1. What we're going to do to make our data table is to provide a set of different variables, and in this case the numbers 1 to 10. So next to the formula I type 1 and 2. I then drag out the series up to 10 with the drag bar in the bottom right of the cell. I'm then going to copy those, and I'm going to ask Excel to transpose and copy those to the column directly underneath the formula. Click on that, go to Home, Paste, Paste Special, and in the bottom right corner of Paste Special you'll find a box called Transpose. Click that one, click on OK, and the copied numbers are pasted in vertically rather than horizontally. So now we're almost finished. What we're going to do now is select the whole thing. So that's the formula and the two sets of input numbers. These numbers here, 1 to 10, are called the row input because they're in a row. And these numbers down here, 1 to 10, are called the column input because they're in a column. And a data table will take an individual number from the row, an individual number from the column, carry out the operation that we expect, in this case multiply the two numbers together, and place the result at the intersection of those two numbers. So not difficult to do. We select the entire thing, making sure that the formula is in the top left corner. I then go to my menu system and choose the Data tab, and on my Data tab I come across to the What If analysis. I click on the drop down arrow next to What If analysis, and at the bottom of that little box that opens there we have a data table. Click on Data Table. The data table is made up of row inputs and column inputs. We want the row inputs, that is these numbers going across here, to go in there. We want the column inputs, these numbers going down like this, to go into the other cell here, B3. Now when we click on OK, we get our 10 times table. So for 10 times 10, we get 100, which is produced in this cell up here. Okay, so obviously you can then go on to format that any way you like. You can choose any formula like. If I now change this to another formula and I say B2 plus B3 and update it, my data table updates itself to do the addition sum. When it comes to the idea of division and subtraction, you have to be careful of the order in which you do that because it's important in those two operations. So I hope that's enough to give you a flavor of the simple power of data tables. I'll see you in the next video.